We are just across the Allegheny River from downtown Pittsburgh at rain-soaked Heinz Field in the Steel City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Here we go.
Ready up, block 52. 52's the mark. Here we go. And go.
They'll run on first down. Jenkins. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Second and 11. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
Switch, Harley. Ready, go.
On first down, it's Jenkins. The tackle was by the Boston College product, Harold Landry.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Mike 27. I'm coming. Watch the safety creep.
Now a give, right side. Jenkins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
80 weapon. Delta. Go. Check. Shift. Faster. Ready.
He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Middle.
Now they try the right side here. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Go.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. This is the tight end Fant. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here's Rosen to throw. Eluding the pressure, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board.
Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Let's go, deep, tighten up. Let's go, deep, tighten up. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3. 61. Matchbox, light. Strip the ball.
On second down now. It's Jenkins. And maybe shades of the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Here we go, here we go. 94. You're not ready. Bravo. Yep. Who's up, Mike? Who's up? Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know. Ready.
The drop to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Check 53 quarter. I can't believe it.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Broncos' 19-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll get this down only to the 18. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play call, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy is disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a second guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Down.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
At the 28-yard line.
3-0 after one on EA Sports.
Steelers 3, Broncos 0.
Okay, ready?
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Go. Yes! 52 right here.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's got his man on the out route. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down.
Here we go.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Jenkins. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
52, block 52. 52's the mic. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
2nd and 2. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jenkins. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush.
On 1st down, it's Jenkins, and he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Let's go, team. Big series right here. We got to step it up. 25. Check 25. Check 25.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Second and 14. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Fourth down now after a loss of 2. A field goal try forthcoming now for the Broncos. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is indeed good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their third possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Let's go, defense. Alert, alert, alert. Check out. Hey, Haywood. Pilot, 64.
Now Rosen looking to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Back to throw here. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10. Locke Edwards on the punt.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 20-yard line.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. To throw on 2nd and 6. Rosen flushed out right. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Complete to number 22. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 42-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rosen, he's got his big tight end, Fant. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Rosen to throw again. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
52's the mark, boy. 52. All day, dog. Check 52's the mark. Check 52's the mark.
2nd and 6. This to McLaurin out on the left side. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
A gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
And Pittsburgh with 6 defensive backs in the game here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for Denver. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 2-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Time here for likely 1 play, and then these 2 teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot down. Nope. Guarantee the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game. We'll just start all over.
And they work this out past the 25. So we're at halftime here on a Monday night as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets them back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
It's now 3rd down and long.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down.
Alert. 80. Alert. Hey, Team 6.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. They'll keep it on the ground. Jenkins. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got this down to the 35. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Right, 64, weak. Yep, motion to backfield. Motion to the backfield. Hey, Mike,
back to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front seven? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead.
And that's caught inside the 35. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Marquise Brown, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken short. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Jenkins. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Ready, ready. 60 outlaw. I got you, boy. I got you, boy. Yes! I got it. Watch the shift. Watch the shift. Hey, hey. Watch the shift. Watch the shift. Seam 6. Track.
They'll set up to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the 1st. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Going to give this time to the tailback. He'll have a 1st down and more past the 20. And finally brought down at the 34-yard line. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The Steeler 1st down on the pickup of 11 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Oh, you got D? Check 99. Check motion.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
He can't hang. One day. Get me. One day. Check the backer.
Hey, wahoo!
Hey, turn it out.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
First and 10.
Let's go.
One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 45-yard line.
80.
And they'll throw it with Rosen. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sack back at about the 43-yard line. Bradley Chubb in there for sack number 127 in his great career, moving it past Kansas City Hall of Famer Derek Thomas on the all-time list. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Now it's Rosen. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and forever.
One day.
Check tight.
Hey, Delta.
59. Mike's 59. Go. Check 59.
One day.
Mike is 59. Mike the
Buzz.
From the gun, it's Rosen. Steps away to his left, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Onto the field, ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
Yep. Staying open. Box trap.
Second and 3. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Watch the slant. Switch.
They'll look to throw. And he finds McLaurin. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
This quarterback now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. And takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point fourth quarter lead.
2nd down 6 at the 36-yard line.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Jenkins, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Rush in, 61. Matchbox, right.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. Justin Simmons up from his safety spot to make the tackle.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Looking to throw. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Terry McLaurin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos have once again taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of...
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. They were looking for Johnson that time.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Watch twins. Watch twins. Greystone trap. Greystone trap. Big air.
On 1st down, it's Jenkins. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Here's a quick throw out wide. It's McLaurin. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you. Under 10.
They'll try the left side. Jenkins trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Second and 10 at the 19-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Push him back. Push him back. Check three. Check three. Set. Bravo.
Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Ready. 16 out ball. Let's get that ball right here. Ready.
He'll look to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
On a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
They're on 26-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, second and 10. He's back to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. And it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, now third and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Watch the run. 29 is the Mike. Mike 29. Here we go. 29 is the Mike. Mike.
Now it's Rosen. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
First and 10 at the 30.
Rosen now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's first and 10 here.
53 is the Mike. Hey, watch the ball.
Bravo.
3. He's coming. Double up.
Throwing now is Rosen. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first or did the ball come out first?
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes.
Partner, they took a knee to finish this one off. To me, that's the only thing they lost in the fourth quarter. How about that comeback?
Yeah, trailed coming into the last frame. Got it done, taking the knee. So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Denver, they continue to cruise through this first half of the schedule as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.